What's up, everybody? It's your boy YB Terrion, aka Big Homie Scruff Dog. We are back with another episode of Planet 24/7 Podcast. We have a very special guest today. I wouldn't even necessarily call you a guest. You more like a brother at this point, friend, brother. By the time this comes out, the tour would already be over. But you are also the co-headliner of the Dirt Got Something to Say tour.
It's about to go down.
Yeah, it's about to be crazy.
Down.
But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam Ridley, comedian extraordinaire Sam Ridley. Let me just give you a little reading of the resume a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
He has worked with Kim Whitley, which I was there for that. Tim Meadows, I was also there for that. Both of those shows were fire. He was also in Superman, Man of Steel. He has worked with Jamie Kennedy. He was on The Talk with Sharon Osbourne. He was on the TV show 25 Words or Less, which if you haven't seen that TV show overall, go check it out. It's a really dope show. He has worked with Ryan Davis. He is a House of Comedy winner. He was also on VH1's Walk of Shame shuttle. And he has his own comedy specials. This man is out here working. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam Ridley. So how we feeling today?
What did you call yourself at the beginning of this podcast?
Big Homie Scruff Dog.
Big Homie Scruff Dog.
Big Homie Scruff Dog. Yes, sir.
All right. I was unawares. So
this is new right here. So
Big Homie Scruff Dog. Y'all hearing this? Don't nobody call him that. That's made up.
That, you know what's funny? People actually do call me that. I swear they do.
Who'd you paying to do? Okay, I'm doing great. First off,
right.
I'm little homie shaped up, and I ain't never heard of it. I'm little homie shaped up.
Yeah,
I'm doing lovely, man. Thank you for having me on your show. You know, this is a long time coming.
Yes, absolutely.
He's absolutely right. We ended up working together kind of accident.
Yeah.
You know, and then it just kind of went from there, like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
Because I don't like local rappers. I don't like them, y'all.
Neither do I.
Look, right? Nah, but for real. And I told him that. Like I told you that straight up. Yep. I remember we talked, and I was like, "Man, you rap? All right, here we go."
Yeah.
You know, and then I had to see it, and I was like, "Okay, you might be trying to do something that's bigger than here, and I can identify with that." So you know, that was it.
Absolutely.
That was it. Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite stories that I love telling people when I talk about you is how we met, or how I met you. The first time that I actually saw you. So everybody knows, you know, I'm a rapper, and they now know that you are a comedian. First day that I met you, I was at an event at a church. It's a very key point to the story.
Okay. All right. I was like, where is he? Okay. Yeah.
I met him at a church event. He was hosting, and what he had shot glasses with his name and his logo on it, and he was selling them as communion cups.
Now let me just say, I don't remember who booked me for that particular. Actually, I do now, and I can see his face, and I'm not gonna say. That was a horrible decision. Like, just so you, to pick me to host a church event back then.
I got you.
Like today, I can pull it off. But I was like, I have no idea how I'm not gonna cuss these people. And yeah, I was, you know. Comic Saggy merch. Everybody got merch, you know what I'm saying? And I had just got my shot glasses.
Yeah.
I was not gonna not sell my shot glasses. You feel me? So I was just like the communion cups today. Like straight up and plain.
You know what? As long as I've known you, I've never asked this. Did anybody buy one?
I sold like 50 of them that day.
That day?
Yes.
See?
Off the strength of that
Some
one.
of y'all's heathens out here.
Yeah, and that's what that was my whole point.
Oh, no, Pastor. It's a communion cup.
Yes. I'm like, yo, if you here and you in the church and you got kids and I know you ain't married, like buy a shot glass, bro. Like, let's not play this game. You know what I'm saying? And I just needed that levity to be there. Let everybody know we people. Yeah. And that was my way of doing it. So
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
That was I was not gonna be persecuted.
No. And there's no way that you can be persecuted. If you going out there and you selling 50 of them, who's gonna persecute
at least
you?
And I don't know how many, but I took a lot out there and I didn't leave with a lot. I'll put it that way. 50 is a number I just threw out my head.
Still,
but yeah.
They gonna try and justify it's just wine. It's just wine. It's okay.
Yo, they was hitting me at the car. See, they didn't want to. Yeah, they weren't gonna come to the table.
They was walking like this, like trying to. Hey, let me get one of them.
Yeah, I was leaving and I hit a big old hat and big church hat.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I was getting them like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say the church. We're not gonna say that the pastor. We're not gonna say none of that stuff. It's just we know who you are.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I'm on your shelf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't play with me.
I got one. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I got one. I absolutely do. Yes, I do. But man, so I've always wanted to know, and again, it's crazy that I've never even asked you about this because of how long I've known you. Was it always that you wanted to be a comedian? Or
No.
No?
No. Well, everybody thinks that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody will hit you with like you was always funny, and I was like, yeah, I was also always small. I wasn't always big homie scruff dog in the streets, or a little homie shaped up, right?
Little homie shaped up, yeah.
No, but like, yeah, I was small. So like, you go to school and your defense mechanisms have to be different. And I'm not going to beat you up, but if I make you look bad enough in front of all these people that you're planning to beat me up in front of, like you don't want to anymore. Like I had to play a different game. Wow. And,
but that didn't backfire. Like that made them even more upset.
Oh, did I ever like get into a first? Yeah, a time. Every fight I got in school was because I joked somebody to the point they wanted to fight.
I feel that.
And I ain't fight a lot. I'm not like I had 3 minuscule fights. That in your head, every fight you had in school is a kung fu movie that played out tremendously. Y'all was flying and kicking, and books was getting chopped in half, but really y'all just failed and pushed each other a little bit. But it never got to the point where I was like on the run all the time and no craziness like that. And then it was a fate thing. It was more of a people were like, if you ever go to California, would you try it? And I was in Italy at the time. I was like, I'm never going to California.
Where you started comedy?
No, I hadn't started.
Okay.
I just kept hearing the you round the way funny thing. I was in the military.
Okay.
And then it turned into, oh, you really got orders to California, and I just went and tried it. And it was, in hindsight, I don't think I've said this in any other pod. The other part I had, but in hindsight, after I did it the first time, it was over with.
Just fell in love.
It was over with. Not even fell in love. Like, I remember I went to the comedy club like 3 weeks after the first time I went. Talked to my man B West. He knows every time I talk about my origin stories, he's in it. And I had flyers, like promotional material already. Yeah. He was like, why do you have that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, you tried this 3 times. And I was like, no, I got cards printed. I went to Instaprint, Vistaprint and all that. Oh, yeah. And there's some of the ugliest, dumbest looking cards. But I just wanted to let people know that I was serious off rip.
Yeah, for sure.
In hindsight, that was so ridiculous to do. Just absolutely ridiculous to do.
I don't know about that. I mean, because to me, it comes off like selling CDs at the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do what you got to do. You know, matter of fact, Big Sean had just recently made a Instagram post where he showed a CD cover that he had got done at like Sears or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
as Roebuck on.
Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Humble beginnings. Now, I don't think there's something wrong with that.
That's true. All right, now, but what I mean is anybody that's in the business, like you sitting in here, and you see some kid that ain't never rapped before, and he come in here with like 50 copies of his mixtape.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, what are you doing?
So that's what it was, Yeah. But at the same time, they were like, yo, he's actually got something. I don't know what it is, but like there's a charisma in this dude. Yeah. Let's see what he gonna do. So I needed them fast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it just was like, oh yeah, you got it. You should have had these.
Yeah.
And it just, after that, it was, I'm not supposed to be doing nothing else.
Okay. So you mentioned military. Were you doing comedy in the military?
Yeah, I'd go into work at 6 in the morning and get off at 4 and drive to LA and go do the thing and come back and get up in the morning. Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about comedy while you were in the military.
No,
doing comedy like actually at work.
Oh, well, they've let them tell it.
Okay.
I was just chilling. I never sat and penned anything. If that's like the way that people go, oh, you just working out stuff. That's penning some jokes, like you can freestyle right now. But like, that's not the same as, oh yeah, I'm working this out on you.
Yeah.
And no, I wasn't doing that.
Gotcha.
Nah, that's corny to me.
Well,
That's the always on comedian. That's draining.
Yeah. Well, shoot, listen.
That's draining.
I was the kind of person to where I used to work at Panda Express like 2012. And in between cars,
authentic food, all right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In between cars, I would print up blank receipt papers and I would write my rhymes on the receipt paper. And I would go in between the cars and stuff. I'm like, hey, what y'all think about this? What do you think about this? Or I would sneak to the bathroom and you know, call somebody who's like, hey, I just wrote this right now at work. Like, what do you think about this? You know, so I was really like,
okay, well that's different. That's different because that's you actively going, I plan to rap.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't plan to comedy. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha. I got you.
You know, it wasn't when I get to California, it was I'm gonna see what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and then I almost didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I almost went down there just to watch. You know, and a friend had to be like, don't be no punk, you know, basically. And then I just went, after that I went every Monday for a year.
Okay.
Every single Monday.
So let's dig into that a little bit. So you said you went to California. Well, you were stationed in California. Mm-hmm. And so you went to a comedy show. Was it like you were just going to watch, or was it like actually like, hey, anybody want to come up and try some jokes out?
No, it was John Lovett's Comedy Club down in LA. I went over there and it was an open mic. And it used to be inside a Universal Studio. It's a horrible place to have an open mic.
Remember
in
that.
hindsight, it's a horrible, because you got to pay like $20 a park. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
It was crazy. I wanted it that bad.
Yeah.
And I was driving every Monday. You know, it just seemed like I was supposed to be there. And I was so uncomfortable. Like, I'm not extroverted in that way. You know, that people think like comics are all, you know, it's a very niche type of conversation to talk to people that can't talk back in a certain format, you know?
Yeah.
So I was uncomfortable. But something about it made me have to keep going. And I wouldn't stop going. But it was Lovett's Club. And it was an open mic, and I just put my name on the list and just jumped up there. And when I came down, the bartender was like, "You never done this before?" You know, I was like, "Nah." You know, he's like, "Keep going." Yeah. That's it. And I came back, and it wasn't rude, it wasn't crass, because you know I was waiting on somebody to get out of here, kid. Okay, and just
like a heckler.
I can go home. You know, I tried it. I can go home. Yeah. It didn't happen. Wow. So you know, it just after that, it was off to the races, kind of, you know. And it took a year, though. It did take a year to get a good show. One show.
What do you mean by good show?
Well, I didn't...
Like, where you were, like, the actual featured comedian?
I got told, like, you don't want no shows. Like, you know, you just started this. Like, it's exciting. People gonna come check you out, you know. And then about a year in, Shang Forbes, he was doing a headlining spot at the club, and he just needed, you know, people on the lineup. And they were like, he's doing work, you know, like, give him a shot. And
that's dope.
I felt like that was the one that gave me like the sign off. He was like, you know what, you keep going, you can be a beast in some years if you keep going. And then I was like, all right, bet I got this. And now I can like just hit him up as a colleague. Yeah. So, you know, it got there. It took a minute.
Dope. That's dope. So you said you were at City Walk for, you said a year?
About a year.
That's another level of, okay, well, where were you living at the time?
Here. I still stayed past Palmdale out this way. So,
jeez.
Yeah, but I mean, we have to leave. If y'all know anywhere this area is, you have to leave to be anybody. Like, you ain't, I mean...
Not everybody can be Afro, man.
You got to leave if you want a middle name, like around here.
Yeah,
like, this ain't where you stay. So, you know, it was a small price to pay.
I get that. And I love the fact that you actually went out there and tried on a weekly basis. Somewhere outside of you, people, I don't know why people think that, oh, I'm just going to, you know, rap in this 10-mile radius and become famous. No, you're not.
No, that's a fool's errand.
Yeah.
Because you staying comfortable.
Yeah.
You staying so comfortable. You know, like, I ain't want to leave my house. I got clothes on right now, bro. This is stupid. Right. I could be home in my drawers. You could too.
Yeah.
But you ain't going to be you just in your drawers. And then somebody could be like, hey, where he doing? You know that old scruffy dude we talk about, he in his drawers.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't nobody want to be that dude.
I love that. That's super dope. So, I mean, let me ask you this question too before we take a break. What was right after that? So you were doing the comedy show for a year. after that, you like, okay, well, let's take it a step further. What was that step further?
Chaos.
Really?
The step after that is chaos. It's not, this is it. You know, it's what happens. It's, now you crack the atom. Now it's open. And now you don't even know this type of quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
And now you in the trenches and figuring it out before you blow up.
Wow.
It was chaos after that.
I'm intrigued. But until we get into that, because we're going to come back to that for sure.
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. This is YB Terrion, and that's a little shape up. We'll be right back with more Planet 24/7. Shape up.
We're not the same. We're not the same.
And we are back with Planet 24/7 podcast. We over here just talking and learning how to let stuff go. But so for you guys that are watching, we already know that the middle segment of the podcast, we're gonna go ahead and play a game. Now, let me put this out there. Let me just put some bandages up there first, right? We love everybody that we're getting ready to talk about. We love everybody. But I still want to know, and I still got to pick your brain. Okay?
Yeah.
So.
What's happening? Hold on. See, no. See, this is that part. When you look over and the producer grinning, you feel me? Y'all see what I'm saying? So now I'm wondering, was this getting shifty? We love everybody.
We love everybody. We're not trying to get anybody in trouble.
Sound like when Monique about to talk about somebody.
See, you brought that up.
No, I'm just saying. That's what
you
she do.
brought that up.
We love everybody, brother.
We do love everybody.
Sister.
But we're still going to talk about it.
Here we go.
So we already know that I create games for all my guests. So your game is called Ranks with Ridley. So what we're going to do is...
I hate the name of this game for the record. Let's keep going.
So I'm going to...
with y'all. Ranks with Ridley, just so y'all know.
I have a list of comedians here.
That was his bars, y'all. That's what he came up with.
I have a list of comedians here, and I want you...
He wrote that down, yeah. Okay, I'm
listening. I want you to put these comedians in God tier, mid tier, or low tier.
See, that's not cool. That's not cool. I see what you're doing.
But
right.
I want to give you the opportunity to explain your answer.
God tier? Okay, well, if that's the
God
case,
tier,
right.
mid tier, low tier.
All right, give me one.
Okay.
Let's see what we do.
So we're going to start easy.
All right.
First one, Eddie Murphy.
Come on, man.
You got to give an answer.
God tier.
Okay. See, it's not that bad.
It's donkey. Yeah, I know what a lead in is.
He said it's donkey.
He playing me like I ain't never did an interview before. Are y'all at home? Somebody nodding right now watching this, all right? All right, keep going, man.
Okay. Eddie Murphy is God tier.
Birdman on you. Ain't no say it no more.
Right.
You know
put some respect on my name. All right. Let's go a little bit deeper. This next one is kind of in some controversy a little bit. Cat Williams.
What's the 3 tiers?
God tier, mid tier, low tier.
Mid.
Okay. Why?
He just ain't there. Like, if we talking your Eddies and things, and there's probably some comics I'd put up there too that wouldn't be on anybody else's list, but I don't know what to say, but no. Like, there's it's sort of like I look for all type of person, like all of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's not for everybody, and I'm not saying every comic is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I got to question your motives in what you're doing, I already am half a fan. And that's just me personally.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? In the why you're doing it, the way you're doing it, I need some authenticity. And I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
I'm saying that when he come out and he make these statements about this person and that person, now everybody got to start asking questions.
Yeah.
So it wasn't on the up and up to begin with.
Gotcha.
That's where I'm at with it.
Okay. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I can respect that. All right. Personally, I love this next one. Monique. Shout out to all the female comics out there too.
I love female comics. I book shows, by the way, and I always make a point to have 1 or 2 on because I hate that that's a thing that happens. And that's important to say. She'd never be one of those people. If I ever had the opportunity, I would never book Monique. I think that she is one of the greatest female comedians to ever touch a microphone.
I agree.
But no, look, I keep going back to that. No, like look, and this is my Monique story, and it ain't got nothing to do with it or whatever, right?
Okay.
I was working improv one weekend. Monique's clothes was in the green room, and we weren't allowed to sit in there.
Okay.
Just her clothes. She won't there yet. She won't gonna be there for like days.
We just don't even want your cologne in the same room.
So they made us sit in the hallway in the little emergency exit, and that was just kind of that was when I started hearing things like once you get into business, regardless whether you want to or not, some people actually know people and they talk about their business experiences with you, or you get the vibe from people that have been around you.
Got it.
I feel like it'd be a headache.
Okay.
That alone takes you out of the God tier.
I respect that.
I should be able to call it God.
Yeah.
You got to stay home.
Yeah, I respect that.
I know you're going to bring your husband. All right, who else you got?
This is one of my personal goats, Martin Lawrence.
Oh, you already know, man.
Yep. I just want to hear you say it.
Yeah. Martin, and I hate to say this, and I've been a culprit of it too. I don't think he's well. I don't think Martin is well. Like, if you're just watching Bad Boys 4 trailer, I don't want this to happen. Like,
I do.
He don't look good in it. I feel like, and I know he has some issues.
He's getting older.
No, I think he had. I don't know. But Martin is a god on the comedy stage.
Yes.
I've seen him live.
Yes.
I was watching Martin yesterday. You know,
Correct
like
me
the
if I'm
type
wrong, I think your profile picture on social media is you and him.
Yeah, I met him at San Manuel a couple
Yeah.
years ago. And he just gave me some of the best advice I had got.
Nice.
And it was quick. All he said, don't let nobody stop you. But it said a lot because of the way he said it. And I can't really do it. You know what I'm saying? I just told him I was a comedian. I was like, I'm not trying to get on or nothing. Just thank you for,
Yeah.
And I said, what would you say? Like that.
Yeah.
On my way out the door. And the way he looked at me when he said that was like, and I'm doing it now to your chaos question. I don't know if you were saving that for segment 3, but once it starts, every wall comes up. Won't nobody trying to stop me from doing this when I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was good. That's a bar. Wasn't nobody trying to stop me
when I didn't care.
Woo-hoo, that's a bar.
When I didn't care. When
That's
I
a bar.
was just going, man, I'm funny,
Yeah.
I can do this thing. I'm a go down here. They was like, for sure. I'm gonna be at every show.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. That Shang show, man, I think 90 people came out. Just for me. Brand new, don't know me, whatever. But they knew Sam was starting something.
Yeah.
It changes when he might actually take a spot that I haven't tried yet.
Wow.
In my own dream.
That's good.
And it ain't even in my lane. But now it's a threatening sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I can't follow you the way I follow these strangers.
Wow.
That's the chaos.
Wow. Okay. We went a little bit left from the game.
Yeah, we did.
You know, we know.
We did, but you took it there.
I'm glad we did, though. I'm definitely glad we did. Okay.
Throw you off your game. How about that?
Don't crucify me. T.I. Yes, he does stand-up comedy.
Who else you got? You got comics up there?
Wait, you got to give an answer, though.
That's your whole phone? That's how it work? It don't scroll or nothing? It stay right? It don't.
It says
It don't. Okay. All right.
T.I. does stand-up comedy. You have to give a response.
It says that? You typed that.
No.
No, you didn't type
T.I. Look it up.
Hey,
T.I.
Google.
T.I. does. Oh, he said all Google.
Hey, Google, tell him stop. Hey, man.
Go ahead. Give a response.
We gonna do this malarkey? I know he has been in comedy clubs. And I acknowledge it as such.
That's it? The end?
Ain't no tears. I have some tears, all right. Shed tears. Ain't no God tear or mid tears.
Okay.
No.
For the record, I love T.I.
I love T.I. too.
Not as a comedian.
Hey. Bumping, I'm serious whenever I can. Don't play with me. I'm from Virginia. We talking about a different medium.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of his stuff, and I'm not gonna try and make Rubber Band Man.
Gotcha.
And I'm not saying that you can't do both. Some people can do both.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fun for him. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, for sure.
You know that whole like when people I just said like when people know you taking it serious. Did you believe you when you said that just now? Did you believe you?
Did you know? Did you see when Will Smith tried stand-up comedy?
I heard he did. I didn't know.
You didn't see it?
You talking about the Red Table?
No, he actually went to a
because
that
was funny too. So
he actually went to a comedy club and had a set.
I can see him doing it, but no, I didn't watch it, and it didn't happen.
Okay, let's move on. Joe Coy.
Joe Coy is one of those people that what he's done, and especially being the first person to be able to do it like that way for his culture is phenomenal. God tier.
Yeah,
but
love Joe Coy.
He's one of those I don't listen to a lot of the comics whole sets, so I'm not really familiar with any of his material on purpose.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, he's one of them.
I'm trying to give people, different races and ethnicities and genders and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, your whole list ain't just like the black people chitlin comics.
Right.
So look at you branching out.
Let's go with this. Might be a little curveball. Adam Sandler.
I'm not a Sandler fan.
Okay.
I've as soon as you say his
name,
like
just overall.
Yeah, just overall. Like
okay.
His style of comedy is not for me.
Gotcha.
But I think that he's brilliant in what he does. Like
Absolutely.
What is it? Happy Gilmore and like Waterboy. Like the movies, they hilarious.
Little Nicky, yeah.
And whenever you say, I hear that name rather. Piece of shit car. That's his. He had a song come out when he was doing like music comedy when he first came out at concerts, and it was an extremely great bit. And that was the first thing I heard of him just on somebody else's something.
Yeah.
So when he started doing movies, I was like, yeah, and you know what? I take that back. God tier.
Why?
I just thought about something that they do. All he do is make the stuff that he know his fan base like, and then all of his friends, they just go make a movie together about it, get paid, and just do it all over again.
That's it.
That's the dream. God tier, sir.
Absolutely.
God tier. I thought it through.
Love that.
See, that's what happened.
I got a couple more. Fluffy.
Oh man, Mount Rushmore.
Really?
I mean, if you're talking like up there with the Eddies and stuff, I think when it's all said and done, he's gonna be somebody that people talk about more than your Kevin Hart.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, because even if you don't know where Fluffy's performing at, you know that it's sold out wherever he is.
Every time.
It don't matter what it is. It's done.
Yeah.
We don't, and I'm not making this comparison to Kev at all. When Kev sell out, they got to let you know he sold out.
Yeah.
But like, I just know what's happening over there with that camp. And I know a lot of people that have had a lot of opportunities under him.
Yeah.
My homeboy Johnny got to work with him. Johnny Herrera, he does a lot of good shows in Temecula and whatnot. Shout out. Like,
man, Fluffy, he's up there. Man, his grasp, not just on the audience in general, but the Hispanic culture, got him on lock. And it's because obviously he's from that culture, but man, they show up for him. And I love seeing it every single time. Like, I absolutely love it. Mount Rushmore.
Well, what I feel like he does is he's able to get up there and show them themselves without making it a caricature. And I think that's what a lot of comics miss the mark on. A black comic will go up there and have us back tap dancing damn near to show them stereotypes, but you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And he don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to Blue Beetle this thing.
Right.
To show that it's Hispanic. Like you can go up there and be like, hey, we people too, we got some sense, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna go home. And it not be all what they want it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he does that.
I love that. I'm gonna try and squeeze this last one in there. DC Young Fly.
Mid-tier. No.
The
mid-tier at the best.
Yeah, the only reason why I say mid-tier is just need more time.
Yeah, we're not there yet to judge that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else that you named, and I was listening, I was like, is these people that done cooked for a while?
Yeah.
He ain't cooked long enough. You know what I'm saying? And I respect him a lot. And that's not the blanket answer. I respect him. Like, we all still doing this.
Still growing. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, cool. See, I wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but I know you. You still got another game to play or some shit. Yeah.
No, it's no more games.
Nah.
No more games. But see, it wasn't that bad. Anyways,
it ain't got cut together yet. You know what I'm saying? I seen them documentaries.
Right, that part. Hopefully this don't end up in one of them. So, we'll be right back with more Planet 24/7 podcast. We're still here with Sam Ridley, and we'll be right back.
We're not the same.
are back with another segment of Planet 24/7 podcast. Sam Ridley is still here hanging out.
I'm here.
You doing all right?
Yeah, man, it was rough. You know how they do the comedians when they get them
rough,
on
no Diddy.
shows where,
No Diddy. He said it was rough. No Diddy. No Diddy.
Got to tell YB no.
So this is always my favorite segment of the podcast. This is where we get more in depth with your mind and how you think and how you feel about certain situations, and what happened here. Okay, what did this make you feel?
We're getting cerebral.
Yeah. So you had kind of mentioned it a minute ago about the chaos. So I want to circle back to that. Like, what type of chaos? Because if I'm not mistaken, you are an independent artist in your art form, right? So what type of chaos have you endured since, like, I don't want to say taking it professionally or going the professional route, but since the beginning, what type of chaos have you endured?
Well, I mean, in a nutshell, okay, I know I said, the chaos. See, I was just keeping your listeners engaged so that they came back to find out.
Right.
Now that they're here, I can disappoint them. So, no, really, it when I say the chaos, man, all encompassing. I've been signed. I'm an independent artist now. I've won TV shows that will never air, like comedy competitions where I beat somebody famous, but the NDA is there and they on TV and I'm not.
Dang, I sure was about to ask too.
Like
that NDA.
And this is what I mean. Like there's a lot of things. Again, I don't know if I said I'm from Virginia. I've been doing this 12 years now, and when you go to LA, there's no like rule book right away. I had great tutelage up front.
Yeah.
But when you get down there, it's kind of, well, let me just try all this stuff and see what I'm supposed to be doing, So you don't know how these games work. So when, a little kid from Virginia is funnier than known her.
The headliner, yeah.
Right. And that wasn't the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah.
Here
comes chaos.
Chaos,
yeah.
And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
It taught me a lot. It taught me, like the fame ain't necessarily it. This is the followers, and then, well, we already have her in here. Like, who is this dude? He ain't nobody gonna know who he is, and
Yeah.
And these things happen. The good bookers, the bad bookers, the running shows yourself. You're doing it all yourself.
Yeah.
And as an artist, I would imagine when Robin Harris and them wanted to be comics, they could just go to the comedy club and be funny. And we gotta produce and make pods and TikToks and Instagram reels and so there's a lot more to it now.
Yeah.
And that adds to the chaos.
I respect that. So earlier today I had mentioned that, I've been to a few of your shows, and the two shows, well, a couple of shows that I've been to, you outsold the headliner. Like, you had more people in the crowd there for you than the headliner.
Fun metrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even a matter of like, oh, I think there was more people. Like, I saw with my own eyes majority of the crowd in Sam Ridley merch going out there to see you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So because I saw that, I'm assuming the headliner saw that too. Was there any type of problem with that?
No. That sort of thing, well, you got to understand, first off, like, regardless of all of those ticket sales and things, let me say, that was the Tim Meadows show, I believe. Honored to have been on that show with that man. Like, that's somebody I used to watch, Ladies Man, SNL, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he was going through personally at the time of that show. He never came out front. I'm the guy that's got to go out front, so he don't see everybody in my merch. He's in and out the back door. That is a unique us perspective of that show. Yeah. No, none of that is ever a thing because I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. I'm here and I can show to them that I have the numbers. Do you think that got them to just call me back to be in there? No.
Right.
Like, you still got to be a name, and I still had to build that. But in the moment of it all, it was, in my head, you gas yourself.
Of course.
You gas yourself. Like, because I could see them from the stage. I'm looking at all these black shirts and hoodies and people with my, how could you not?
Yeah.
But I'm still here under Tim Meadows.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like you can't give yourself them wins like that. That's not
I get
fair.
you. I get you. Has there ever been a time to where you were just like, dang, like, how did I get here? You know what I mean? Like you're in the room with so and so, and you're just like, dang, like I'm really here.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you explain what time that was, or what happened? Where were you? Who was around, if you can?
Well, yeah, I was at the Improv in Hollywood, and I remembered, like I said, 12 years. I remember going down there in year 1 and couldn't barely get in the door without agreeing to get clowned by D-Ray. Like that was the only way we was getting inside. No, we didn't go in there. Like I'm not gonna bury myself, before I get in there.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, it's me, Sarah Silverman, Seinfeld. Ryan Davis was on that show. I think Rife was in the building.
Yeah.
And I'm just up there. My homeboy Charles Greaves put me on at the show there. Amazing comedian. He's at the Improv regularly. And I'm standing there smelling Seinfeld. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. I mean, look. Everybody like, what was it like to be in a room? You ever smelled rich? Like, yeah, it's different. It's different being next to somebody that just wake up and everybody's job is to make you perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Amazing man. We didn't play spades or nothing with conversation. He went in there, he mashed, he left.
Yeah.
But when I walked down those steps with them, can't nobody tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
who can tell you something right
Facts.
then? It's like we were all just on the same stage together.
Yeah.
And can't nobody take that from you. I don't have to be famous to know I did that. You know what I'm saying?
You're here.
Right.
I love that. I didn't even know you did Seinfeld. Like that's dope.
Yeah. He popped in. I'm not trying to make it seem like, I had a booked gig. Like, I knew that there was going to be a special guest, and I got kind of a maybe that somebody would be there, but I didn't know who it was.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? The other ones, they were on the lineup. Like Sarah Silverman called my kids.
Nice.
So like that validated it at the house. You need them to know it's real.
Yep.
And until somebody else be like, hey, he really over here doing all right.
For real. That validation goes a long way.
Yeah, hey, we let him in.
He's cool. He's cool.
We really let him in here on a regular basis,
I feel that.
Yeah.
I love that. Man, okay. So that makes me think of my next question. Has there ever been a time to where you were just like, I don't even want to do this anymore? Like has there ever been a moment to where something happened so bad in your career to where you just like, man, like I don't even want to do this no more?
I wouldn't say outright I'm done. Like I had one bad show in Vegas one time, and this was early on. This is a place called City Lights, and I saw the crowd turn on me, like just like that, and I knew what I did wrong. That's important. I knew what I did wrong inside my set. But it's a long ride from Vegas to the house. And look, I know people's probably like, oh, you perform at night. You ain't stay? No, I bombed bad.
Got up out of there, yeah.
You get away from that. I ain't going outside in the middle of the night and one of them. No.
Right, and they're going to catch you slipping.
Yeah, if you outside my house after that, cool. But, so, I went home. And, it's a lot of time to reflect.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably to Baker. I was like, I ain't doing this no more. Like this is, but no. Even with the possible drug kingpin finding us and like, all those things that happen.
What?
I said chaos earlier. Relax. Don't make it weird.
It's weird now. It's weird now.
That'll be a story for a different pod.
You got kingpins coming after you,
at
bro.
one point. But and that was inside of the chaos. But that's why I don't perform in Chicago.
I don't know who this man is anymore.
No. No, but like there's always some fun stories that happen in and out of comedy. One of them was never me quitting. I have had thoughts of scaling back or taking a break. But y'all can go back and look. If you watch this and you want to go and scour my page, because that's what happens later on. I never posted I was quitting or taking a break. If I just didn't have no shows right then, you just didn't hear from me, and I was just posting other stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm always cooking. I don't think the real ones do that. However, I'm a mental health advocate. That's what the towel is about. And I know that a lot of the comics I've seen, when they go and they post like I'm taking a break from this thing, they need to be checked on.
Yeah.
It's not that they want to quit, and it's not I got a family. It's never that.
Yeah. Their mind is going through it.
Nobody checks on comics. Because we the bright spot in the room. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
And I had that thought while I was saying this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a moving book. All of us that are artists, your life is a moving book. People will see things like this and go, this is what it is, But a rapper that just knows that's what they're supposed to do ain't taking no real life break from it up here.
Yeah.
That needs to be put on Facebook. You know what I mean? It don't need to be. Like, if you take a break mentally, you do that. But you coming back and you ain't gonna let nobody know, if you're of sound mind, that you leaving the thing you love so much. That's a cry for help.
Wow.
That's a cry for help.
Wow.
But quitting, for me, I know now I can't.
Yeah.
I've tried before in the sense of, what if I just stopped? You ever had that thought? What if I don't have to? I could just stop.
Man, I remember this was a few years ago. Something, I can't remember what happened, but I remember something happened so bad in my life. I told like my immediate circle, I'm like, I'm done with music. Like, I'm good. And they was like, all right. I'm like, what you mean all right? Like, no, I'm serious. I'm done. They like, all right, you need a hug, YB? Like, you good? You want to talk about it? Like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you do.
And eventually, I came back to it, like you said.
You can't help but do that. Now, you might hear me before a show, like I pace. I'm a pacer. Before I'm about to go up, I pace, and you might hear me murmur, "Oh, I hate comedy." Like right before I'm going up.
Yeah.
And people have taken that as, "Oh, he must not like this." I love this job. Like this is life. It's like all the logistics of making comedy happen. I hate all of that stuff. You know the parts of the job you don't want to look like. Yeah. If I could just snap my fingers and put a good show together, it's so not that. It's not that.
I feel you.
Stop asking comics. Tell me a joke on the spot. All right.
Hey, tell me something funny.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Shut up and dribble.
Because if I was a kickboxer, you're not gonna let me
just kick you in the mouth.
Ha! Let me show you what I do on the weekend.
Right.
Like no. Like
that part.
So I'm not. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do my taxes for free because you work at H&R Block.
Yeah.
No. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Have I ever came in the barbershop and was like, spit something?
No.
No?
Never.
All right, I gotta add that. I gotta add that.
For those that don't know, I also, when he says he's a little shaped up, I line his beard up and get him right before all his shows. That is fact as well. And I
shameless plug. Shameless plug. You know,
got to.
Okay.
All my clippers are over here, so shameless plug. Man, I wanna give you time to answer this last question because I love and respect the fact that you are an advocate for mental health. Like it's so slept on, and especially to those people who are viewed as, like you said, the light in the room, or the funny ones, or the just the big ray of sunshine type people, the strong people or whatever.
Yeah, the strong one.
Yeah. So to those people who are not necessarily like that, who might have some type of struggle with identity crisis, trying to figure out who they are, or do they belong? Should they even continue with what they're doing? What would you say to that person? What piece of advice would you give to that person that's kind of struggling in that area of confidence?
Okay, well, before I forget, add me on Illegal Opinions Podcast, because that's where I'm going to talk to you.
Shameless plug.
Not even a shameless plug. Hit me up on that if you have a question about what we're talking about, because we're three black men on that show, and I've been in therapy for some years now. One of them hasn't gone. The other one just started. We're all military veterans, and we all got unique perspectives, so we talk about this stuff a lot. The dark places in your brain ain't going nowhere. That's what I would say to you. And I know that that's not the first right thing to say. But I say that because it's honest.
Wow.
You learn to manage them. I know I go through it, and a lot of people don't know I go through it. I worked for a place that was very damaging to me before I started doing comedy full time. And what you learn in yourself in years of therapy and sitting at the house is that most people just don't have time to process their own thoughts throughout the day. We wake up and we let everybody else tell us what we think. And it sounds superficial to go, oh, well, yeah, you know, you're scrolling Facebook, but as soon as you wake up, we're not supposed to know what 100 people are thinking.
Wow.
We're not. And that's what's happening now. Add that to generational trauma, black people having to always have that outer where I'm also black in the room. And life can take its toll. You, as an artist, need to say, what is it I'm trying to say to people? What am I trying to say to people devoid of what everybody thinks I should be saying?
Wow.
And then be able to say that honestly. That's the hard part. And I say that last piece that's the hard part because I'm still struggling with that. There's pieces of my set that I have to go, is that honest? Is that me? And should I be more honest? And the answer is always yes. But getting it across is like talking to a loved one that you're scared to be honest with.
Yeah.
So take your time and don't stop.
I love that. There's really nothing else to be said. That was a great ending. Mic drop. Gonna tear up everything up in here. That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Planet 24/7 podcast. The very entertaining Sam Ridley. I appreciate you coming through.
Thanks for having me,
always. Man, this was a good one too. And make sure you guys get your mental health checked out. You know, talk to somebody. Reach out to him on Illegal Podcast. Reach out to myself.
Illegal opinions.
Illegal opinions.
Man, we got paperwork.
What did I say?
You said illegal podcast. Trying to get me
illegal
sewn
opinions,
up in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying?
Illegal Opinions Podcast.
There you go.
Reach out to my brother right here. He'll be happy to help you guys out in any way that he can. But until then, see you guys on the next one.
We're not the same. We're not the same.